Hi everyone, it's Julia. Today I'm going to be building a background for some art journal covers. I have a piece of heavy cotton canvas here. I'm going to use my jelly plate first just to get some color onto this canvas. I want to do a shout out to a subscriber who also has a YouTube channel that I really enjoy. Her name is Robin Donnelly, and I'll link her down below. She is the queen of backgrounds, and I really love watching her videos and then trying to use her methods in fabric. And so I've pulled out a bunch of my things. She mainly works with paper crafting and does a lot of beautiful art journal pages. And so I'm going to try to do something similar to this background of this on this canvas. I have a little jelly plate here. I think this is a 3" by 5", and I've got some of my they're water soluble pastels. This is just a student grade. These are inexpensive. If you watch my channel, you've seen me use these quite a bit. I do have really good luck with them, and they don't seem to wash out. This cover will not be washed, but I have used these in other projects too, and I really enjoy them. So I'm just scribbling on this and just pressing that onto this canvas. Now I did spritz this canvas first with a little bit of water, and now I'm just enclosing it in this parchment paper and just pressing this down. Canvas is going to curl on you when it's wet, and so I wanted just to get that down again, or just get it flat again, and then just get it a little bit dry. Next, I'm going to add a layer of stamping, and I do use the archival inks, which are waterproof, and doing a couple different marks on that. I'm just randomly just adding layers. Now, Robin does a lot with washi tapes. Instead, I'm using fabric, just different strips of fabric. These fabrics already have a heat and bond light on the back of them that I've already removed. So that tacky glue is on the back of these, and I will be pressing these down in a little bit to activate that adhesive. But again, I just wanted to add another layer with fabric, and just cutting these and just arranging them the way I want. And then again, and then pressing these down just to activate that glue. I'm going to take this to my sewing machine now, and I'm just using a zigzag, and I'm zigzagging these strips down, catching both sides of the strips with my zigzag. I have a multicolored thread on. You can't really tell here, but it is a multicolored thread in plums and purples. Next, I want to add some circles. And this fabric that I'm using has heat and bond light on the back of it. And I'm just running it through this die that's multi-shapes or just different sizes of circles. So just getting those all out. And then this other piece, I'm going to just cut a couple of those shapes. I really love using some black and white on my designs, and so this will add a nice black and white feature. And now taking the paper off of these circles, and I'm going to be just adding another layer on top of these strips and on top of the stamping and all the goodness. Once I get my circles the way I want them, I'm just going to again press them down to activate that heat and bond light adhesive. Now back to my sewing machine I go, and I'm going to add another layer of just with thread, and just going to be putting a lot of different colors. Here's that thread I'm going to be using, and it is a multicolored in different plums, and it has some teal green in it. It's really pretty. I love using multi-colored threads when I'm doing this kind of work, as it just really adds a whole nother detail to your work. But notice I do have my free motion foot on. I have my feed dogs dropped, and I'm just going around in circles, and I'm really extending over beyond that circle. And again, and you'll see me, I overlap the stitching and just continue to to go. Sorry if you're getting dizzy, but this is a wonderful way to just to practice your free motion stitching, and it's just really relaxing. And then doing just a couple of these smaller circles in the same way. I want to add the word art with this, it's like a black print, and I already have Heat and Bond Light added to the back of it. I'm using a die cut. It's the Tim Holtz Art Play. It's one of the fonts that I have. I don't have a lot of fonts, but it is fun to have, you know, a couple of that in your stash if you do cutting it all with a big shot. So I just laid those on there. And then it's on to putting those on. I'm just going to try to find this. I folded it so I kind of know where the front is on this. And just going to be arranging those letters and then pressing those down. I don't show stitching the word art on, but I use the same colored thread and just did a free motion stitch to get those letters down. Very similar to those circles. I decided on this fun circle black and white for the lining, and I'm using the Heat and Bond Ultra Hold for this. I'm just folding this. I'm going to cut this piece. I want the phrase on this canvas to show, so I'm cutting that Heat and Bond Ultra to be within those frayed edges. I'm just pressing that on really good. And then I'm going to remove that paper, and I'm just going to set that aside, that piece. And I'm using that paper as a template to cut out the lining piece. And then it's on to press this, and I'm going to press this really well. It holds and adds a wonderful, just a wonderful structure to a journal cover. I'm going to mark my holes now for my elastic cording that's going to hold my signatures in, and I marked those approximately 1/4 of an inch away from the center, and I do 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, just using my big bite here, my punch, to punch those holes. And you can see them there about 1/4 of an inch away from the center. And now I'm going to go back to my sewing machine. I'm going to zigzag around this a couple different times, and then going around and around those circles using free motion stitching. I don't show this, but I will just kind of, here's what it looks like at the end. You can see those circles. I went around and around on those, just using my free motion foot, and then zigzagged around the edge. Now to add the cording. Like I said, this is going to hold like 2 signatures. I go in from the inside and then back down. This is a really simple way to hold pages. And I don't show how I cut the pages, but just to talk a little bit about them. For my art journals, I do not bind a signature. I just slip the pages underneath these elastic bands. That way you can take them out and to work on them very easily. It's just, the pages that I'm going to show some pictures of the pages here. But I use a lot of different watercolor pages, mixed media, different colored cardstock, some copy paper in different colors. I have drawing paper and just an assortment. Also some black mixed media paper in there, which is fun to work on. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. Like I said, I didn't show cutting these pages down, but I just cut them to fit and just slipped them under that elastic band. I made 3 of these journals. I do have them in my Etsy store, and they're all a little bit different, really fun and really kind of funky. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. I hope you have a chance to create this week. Bye for now.